Outrage and calls for transparency ringing out in Virginia Beach and around the country after the death of Donovan Lynch. He's the 25-year-old killed by police during the Oceanfront shootings, and we now know the officer involved did not activate their body camera.
Yeah, our team coverage continues with News 3 reporter Kofo Lasaki, and she spoke to the NAACP. The group is demanding an outside agency investigate the police shooting.
His killing of 25-year-old Donovan Lynch, a UVA-Wise College graduate and Virginia Beach native, is sparking outrage.
Healing cannot begin until there's a relationship of trust.
One of the biggest concerns, the officer involved did not activate their body-worn camera.
The officer was wearing a body cam, but for unknown reasons at this point in time, it was not activated. That will be part of our administrative investigation.
The cameras will be issued across the city.
VBPD began implementing its $5.5 million body-worn camera policy in July 2018 to equip the department with 450 cameras within 2 to 3 years. The policy states officers shall activate their body-worn cameras immediately upon arriving at a scene in the performance of his or her duties. However, consequences for failing to follow policy appear to only be applicable if the camera is intentionally left off.
I do not think that an organization can investigate themselves fully and be fully transparent, specifically if the results of the investigation put them in an adverse light.
The Virginia Beach branch of the NAACP is now calling for an outside agency to investigate.
For each day that this goes on and these questions among the community are looming, they continue to lose confidence in law enforcement.
Virginia Beach Police Chief Paul Newgate said the Office of the Commonwealth's Attorney is overseeing the investigation, but they would consider turning it over to another agency. When police responded to the deadly shooting of 29-year-old Deshayla Harris, they say the officer saw someone with a gun in the vicinity, and that's when the officer shot Lynch. But when pressed if there was evidence that the gun found at the scene belonged to Lynch or if he was armed at the time of the shooting, Newgate had this to say.
No, at this point, no. We're still very early in the investigation.
As far as we know, police have yet to interview the officer involved. Kofo Lasaki, News 3.